Alright, now we're going to do a card trick. You can use any deck of cards for this. I'll even shuffle the cards. I need to have somebody choose one. So, ma'am, would you do me a favor? Please reach into the deck and pick one card. That's perfect. Go ahead and show the camera so that people at home can see the card. Perfect. Go ahead and put that on top of the deck. And thank you very much for helping. What I'm going to do is give the deck a cut. I'll cut the cards like this so her card is lost somewhere in the deck like this. I'll give it another cut. And one more. Why not one more? Now what I'm going to do is start dealing cards face up off the top. If you see your card, ma'am, don't let me know. Alright, I'm just going to start dealing the cards like this. I'm going to try to get a feel for when I get to your card. Just deal them like this. If you see your card, don't say anything. If you see it at home, don't say anything. Don't let me know. Now at this point I would say, I'll bet you $5, or I bet you $1, any amount, that the next card I flip over will be your card. Do you want to bet? Most of the time people will bet you because they think what I'm talking about is I'm going to flip over this card, then I'll move this aside and flip over the 5 of clubs, which was your card. Was that your card? It was. Good. Alright, the trick you just saw is actually called the key card location, and here's how that works. You have somebody pick a card from the deck. It doesn't matter what card they pick. Let's say, for example, that they pick this one. As they look at their card, which I'll show you is the Jack of Spades, while they're looking at their card, all you have to do is look at the bottom card of the deck, which here is the 8 of Diamonds. You just take a look. As they're looking there, I just tilt that up, look at the bottom card. You have to remember that card. It's important in a minute. You then have them take their card, put it on top of the deck. So their card's on top. The card you're remembering, the 8 of Diamonds, is on the bottom. Then you cut the cards. What that does is, remember, theirs is here, yours is on the bottom. That puts your card right next to theirs. So now the two cards are next to each other, but they don't know that you've memorized one of the cards. You can cut the cards as many times as you want, and they'll still stay in the same order. Those two cards will always be next to each other. On rare occasion, you'll cut it right where they are. If hers is here and mine's there, and you cut them, then there'll be one card off. Yours will be on the bottom, and theirs will be on the top. That happens 1 out of 26-ish times. Here's what you do. Then you start flipping cards over. You tell them, don't tell me if you see your card. I'm just going to flip them over like this. If you see your card, try not to react. But I'm going to try to tell by the way you're looking at me or by the way that you're breathing when I can find your card. So you keep going until you find the card that you've memorized. Until you find, in this case, the 8 of Diamonds. Once you get to that card, you keep going. But you know, once you see the 8 of Diamonds, that the next card is the card that they picked. Because they're next to each other. So we go until we find the 8 of Diamonds. There's the 8. Normally you wouldn't stop her, you just keep going, but we know the next card is the Jack, the card they picked. But even then, I go a couple cards past it. Then I'll grab this card and say, I bet you that the next card I flip over will be your card. Well, since they've already seen their card, they're going to assume that you mean this one and that you're wrong and that they're going to win the bet. But you trick them because you put this one back, you grab their card and flip it over, and you win every time.
Introducing comedic illusionist Chad Chesmark. Bringing powerful presentations to companies like yours across the globe.